come up and he's going to introduce our next speaker and talk a little bit about the development here.
Thanks for being here again. My name is Chris Parr, Director of Development, and what Ismail referenced earlier, you might not have picked up on, but they were the equity investor for Block 1B across the street. And so when Ismail started, threw his hat in the ring for the ED position, I was trying to remember our negotiation with a local investor, and I remember it was a little rough, and I might have said a couple things, and so I was hoping the whole time. Turned out first week that he's on the job, he sits down, he's like, I wanted to talk to you about that. I'm like, I'm so sorry. So I was terrified. No, that was awesome. I think something that's really important with this many years of development, we've been at this for over 5 years, this many blocks, a total of 15-acre site. We have so many partners along the way that we want to make sure we recognize them and just recognize that we have asked a lot of architects to put their egos aside. We had a different architect on every single phase, and we had several different contractors, so it's also a testament to everyone working together. But we had, I think we saw Chris Carvel over on Bean Towers. We started over there, Swinnerton Builders, and then we jumped next door with Humphreys Poley and had Milliner White, who also did this phase too. And we had Young Cho, Studio C, who did this building. And Sit2 Design over there, and Pinker Construction on 4B across the street. And then the last phase we just finished up at B+Y Architects and New. So as you can see, we tried to sew together a lot of teams and make everyone get along. It was very interesting, introducing the street grids and a lot of good fights that went along that way. But then also from a financing standpoint, Chaffa, we can never say thanks enough to Chaffa and the ability for us to work with them and for them to work with us in securing the federal Hope 6 loan that we had with this, obviously the partnership and work with HUD. But this is a no-go without the partnership with Chaffa for sure. And then the many, and so Roy, thank you for that, making that happen. It's a big deal, and all your staff. And then all the financing partners, Wells, Enterprise, US Bank, name a bank, I think they were here. They were here. And so that was fun too. And then I think that Ross Management, I don't want to overlook the fact that Ross Management is our property manager, has across the board just made this thing work. They've been diligent. They have been the defender of the vision of this mixed income concept. Even when we were on to the next phase, they kept that vision alive. And I think a lot of success of this development goes to Ross Management too. And staff, Kimball, Brian, Janelle, all the folks who worked on it. And I got to point out too, for DHA, we really grew up on this project. We went from not developing to developing, and it's a big deal. And also folks like Sarah Suzak-Ryan and Jim DiPaolo, the authority that they kept the home fires burning when there was different developer negotiations, and actually carried the water on the project till we were able to get it to this point. So it's a big deal with those guys. And Sherry Kirschbaum, Bruce Heitler, others that were very important when we were actually getting the development up and rolling. So big thanks. I wanted to call up Joe Pulley because Humphreys Poley is not only architect on the phase next door, they were part of the master planning team and actually carried that master planning vision. So if you don't like it, it's his fault. but Joe's out of all the architects, we're like, which architect? Well, they did the master plan. So I'd love to get a couple of Joe's thoughts on this overall development. So, Joe.